Hey y'all, this is Caleb and Cam down here at the Gold Cove, 25555 Gratiot Avenue, Roseville, Michigan. Please come on in and see us. Today, we got another banger for y'all. Today, we're gonna be talking about, should you grade your coins? And should you grade your coins as a dealer and or as a collector? So we're gonna let Cameron kick it off right now because he just sent in a grading submission. How long ago, Cam? How long ago was it?
I think it might have been in maybe March, February, sometime between then, maybe April. Not too sure. I did grade a couple coins that were not my personal ones. I actually only graded 4 coins in here, and surprisingly enough, I did terrible on them. So did the other individual, and they are all I'm not proud of them. You know, when Caleb saw it in the mail, he said, "Cam, we got to do a video." And I said, Caleb, it's going to be hard for me not to be embarrassed recording this video tomorrow morning. So I'm going to be showing you guys the coins we graded. It is Annex, so starting there, no hate against Annex, but they're already, you know, maybe top 3 grading, not even top 3.
Top 5, I would say.
Top 5 for sure, and there's 2 Bowers. And then these coins I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of. Is what we're going to be grading for the shop pretty soon here, right, Caleb?
Yes, sir.
Yep, these ones, I would like to purchase them, but instead we'll grade them for the shop and make some more money for the pops. But these coins I'll show you guys right now. We'll just go in denominational order, or I think that's how you say it.
Yes, sir.
So we got a 1909 right there. It is details, and you will find a theme. You know, a lot of the coins in here were details, but you know, everybody likes some nice details. This coin was absolutely spectacular. I wanted to buy that, but I could not. And I think they might have even low graded that. It could be the first ever CAC'd Annex coin. I think we were hoping for a 64, 65 on that coin. Got a 63, and you're not even gonna get 63 price on an Annex holder. This is a nice coin. It's got a nice color to it, but it's not my favorite. Is that one details, Caleb, or no?
No, this one's an AU50.
AU50, there you go. It's got a nice color, but you know, it's a buffalo, so it's not my favorite coin. Here we got a, is that a half dime, 3 cent, 2 cent? Half dime. So that's a nice coin. Those are tough to grade.
Whizzed.
It was whizzed, unfortunately, so it's details.
So people that don't know what that means, Cam, what does whiz mean?
Shoot.
Okay, so what it means is just another way of saying clean.
Clean, is it? But it's like deep clean?
Right, whizzed is like they dip the coin in like the e-zest solution or something.
And then what's
coin.
clean? What's a clean coin? Like with a toothbrush?
I mean, it could be any. Clean is more of a broader term.
Okay. Yeah. But whiz, they know for sure.
I think so. I think that's what they say.
Okay, well, I didn't know, so Kelvin enlightened all of us. Enlightened. Then we got a 25-cent piece there. I'm pretty sure that one's details, if I'm not wrong.
Environmental damage.
Environmental damage. You know, most of these coins should have environmental damage, you know. That's how they get in lower grade, but, you know, I'm not a grader. So this one, we got another details.
Scratch.
Unfortunately.
What I like about Annex, though, is that they still will give it a grade. Unlike and PCGS or NGC, they would just say like UNC details or AU details, XF details.
Correct.
Annex, what I really like about them is that they will say fine 12 details, scratch surface, or etc. I really like that about Annex, in my opinion. So that's what's cool about them.
Here's another nice coin here. That one is not mine. I'm pretty sure he was hoping for a higher grade than 61 for sure. But you know, Annex, I mean, usually, I would say they're pretty lenient graders. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would say so, and the quickest.
Yeah, they're definitely the quickest. And I would say they sometimes grade 2 to 3 grades above, but today it seems like they were opposite. So they were grading 2, 3 grades below. But, you know, like I even think this could maybe get a 35. Like, help me out a little bit. But, you know, just give details on them. It's all right. It's all right. I mean, some days we got off days. But, you know, it's tough. It's tough. Here's another nice coin here, 50.
This one got a straight grade.
Yeah, that one did get a straight grade. Nice straight grade. I think these next ones coming up are going to be a little bit better. So here we got a 21D. That's one of the most valuable coins in there.
Good scratch details.
Yep, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Here's another nice one. It is high grade, but in that condition, it is only worth, I think, low hundreds. I think it's like 120 bucks, 130 bucks. So
Oh,
that's
man.
it's a cheap coin, even in nice grade. Here we got a 17 cleaned, retoned. That is unfortunate for sure. And I think all these next coins are the ones I graded. So I'll just grab them all out at once and show you guys what I'm most proud of first and then least proud of last. So here we go. We got, tough to choose. This is the one I'm most proud of. The only one to straight grade right there.
$1890 MS63.
I think I was hoping for a higher grade than that, honestly. I think I was hoping for a 64, 65.
Now, do you remember how much you had to pay per coin to get graded?
I did not.
You don't remember?
I think it might have been 10, 15, 20 bucks.
Right, which Annex is on the cheaper side of the grading companies. Because what, PCGS is and NGC
30,
is about
40.
Yeah, 30, 40, 50. It all depends on the value of your coin too. So that's also interesting.
So I would say a story with this one, or any coin you grade, is sometimes you get really attached to them and believe they're in higher grades, so you bump up the price because you don't want to sell it. Then you get a second professional opinion and realize your coin is almost worthless and not worth grading. So I thought this coin was going to get a 64, 65, even a 66. And we got a 63. But
shoot for the moon,
hey,
66.
We all can't hit homers. Here we go. We got another 1892 clean coin right there.
Clean scratched. Now, do you remember how much you paid for this coin? Let's go back to it.
Well, so here's the thing. When I graded them...
Well, how much did you pay for this coin?
Well, let me say first. Here's the thing. In February, I think I paid 200 bucks for this coin.
200 bucks. Okay, so that...
Xi'an, it's like 125.
Right. But then you paid...
But here's the thing. Here's
all
the
in
thing.
all, wait.
But here's the thing.
All in all, you're into the coin for $215, right? With the grading.
But here's the thing. In January is when I bought most of these coins, and spot was
120.
120. You know, so I think I paid 170 on this because I paid 50 over on the Morgan, and I was like, that's kind of a lot. But you know, I thought it was a high grade, and I think I paid 60. I think I paid MS65 price, a little under that.
Okay, now let's say we're using today's spot prices. Okay, so silver right now is about 67, 68, 69, around there, right? So this coin melts for about 55 bucks, right? So how much over would you pay for that coin today? Without knowing the grade.
115.
Let's say 115, and then you spent
additional 115 graded.
115 all in all.
All in all.
So that coin now is worth how much? And it's 120?
If you're buying it, 120.
Yeah, if I'm buying,
210.
let's say on the wholesale side, what coin? How much is that coin?
I think I'm
worth?
gonna crack it.
How much is that coin worth in the wholesale setting?
Probably $100.
$100. So sometimes grading your coins can be a loss. Wouldn't you say?
I would say.
You would say so. So that's why, you know, not even us as a shop, how many submissions do we send in 1 year, Cameron?
Half.
Well, no, I'm saying how many submissions will we send in 1 year? Maybe one, right?
Maybe one.
1 or two. Two is maybe pushing it.
I said half. I didn't even say whole.
I would say one-ish. And how many coins in a submission do we typically send? Maybe a few dozen?
30, 40.
Right. And that's one whole year.
As a whole store.
As a store. That's how often we send in coins to get graded, because it ties up time and money.
But I will say, we are not a heavy numismatic store, which I have been pushing to be, because I know people on Instagram who aren't even a store, they work for a store, and they're grading 3, 4 times, 5 times even a year. So,
right.
You know, and they're grading a PCGS, they're not grading the Annex, you know, so they're paying a pretty penny, but they're heavily trained in it. Obviously, you can tell today that, you know, you learn as you grow, but, you know, it's all right. I think I paid 170, you know, we'll move on. Then these two coins came in through the store in a book, and I think I paid $110 a piece on these, and they were in a book, and unfortunately, I got burned on those as well. You know, I think I was hoping for AU on that one, and AU on this one. And they are semi-better dates, but not in that grade. And I don't know. I don't think they're artificially toned, but it's all right. And then this coin, man, this one was my pride and joy. This was the crown jewel when I was younger. I thought that was the nicest coin I've ever seen. And it was artificially toned on the back. Now, you can't tell me that coin's artificially toned, Caleb. Could you?
I'm not a professional.
No, I'm not a professional, and I would say it's not. But I think it's one of the most nicest coins. Absolute stunning rainbow toner. It is beautiful and stunning. Then, Caleb, you still want to go through these?
Yes, sir. But before we dive into this, let's just cover a topic of, if you're a collector, how often should you grade your coins? Because like we said, it ties up time and money. But if you're a collector, this is your hobby. And so you may like it. But let's say you buy a coin, like a Morgan dollar, a common one. Let's say you pay $60, $70, and you throw $20 on top of it, right? And it comes back only worth about $80. Now, I don't know if that's more so for as a hobbyist or more so as a, making a little bit of a money, but you're really not, because you're really spending $20 to $30 over what you paid to get that coin graded, right, Cam?
Correct.
So would you say, as a collector, how often should you grade your coins?
Honestly, I would personally say almost never. Maybe one or two times. But I know somebody who's been in the business 20, 30 years even, and he never grades his coins. The only time you'll see him grading his coins, let's say you have a 16D, or you have a 1909 SVDB, or you have a 93S. Those are one of the only coins he'll grade when they're super nice, super great coins, key dates, and he only grades them to authenticize them and not for the grade. Authenticate.
Yeah.
He doesn't even look at the grade when he buys a graded coin, because he doesn't even really buy them. He calls himself a grader, which I think is fair. I mean, if you're in the business 20, 30 years, you should have a good backing, a good standing, and a good placement where you're at on grading coins. And so, I mean, I would say grading coins is really, you're only doing it for the money. So as a collector, I would not recommend. I would say maybe once or twice. It is fun. It's fun for the anticipation and then the big downfall right after. But, you can't anticipate that.
Right. Now, let's dive into this. While we're diving into this, let's talk about how a dealer should grade their coins and why they should grade their coins. So, Cam, let's show off some coins while you're talking about, as a dealer, how often should you grade your coins, and what figure should, what dollar amount should you grade your coin?
Like what dollar amount? What do you mean?
Like
what denomination?
No, I'm saying let's say you have
how much you should spend?
No. I'm saying, let's say you have a $500 coin. Should you get that graded versus a $1,000 coin? You know what I mean? Like what dollar amount, what base dollar amount should you have a coin in order to get it graded?
I would say it all depends on the coin. Like let's say you had a $500 coin and it was, I don't know. It really just depends on the coin, in my opinion. You could grade a $100 coin or a $200 coin. It doesn't matter to me. I would say a base level probably should be $100 to $150, because anything lower isn't really worth it. But, it just depends who you are and how you are. And then I would say, as a dealer, you should probably grade your coins once a year, just because you get so much volume from, the outside and everybody walking in, And so, I mean, it's tough to not grade coins because you need the inventory and you need the graded coins, which there is a bit of a shortage right now. Everybody's holding on to theirs, so it's kind of tough.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Because you would say, when a coin is graded, it's probably easier to sell it versus non-graded, right?
I would say so.
Even if it's in a details holder, Cameron, do you think it's easier to sell it versus a raw one?
I would rather sell a raw one
than a details.
Yeah, but it's probably easier to sell a details because
it all depends on the coin.
One could claim it's not cleaned and the other could claim it's clean, and then there's just button heads all around.
Right. And what I like about it is even if it's like a old type coin and it comes back in like a details holder, it's a lot easier to sell it, in my opinion. Like let's say like a lot of the older coins, they had a lot of die breaks and a lot of, you know, die variations. So sometimes you may not know all of that. So you should send it out and get it graded, and it might get details because a lot of those old coins will get details, unfortunately, because it was a common thing back in the day to grade or clean coins. So sometimes you'll get a details coin and it'll sell a lot quicker than, let's say you had it raw in your showcase for a long period of time, and then you get it graded, comes back, and it's gone within, you know, a couple of weeks, let's say. Because sometimes coins can sit around, right, Cam?
Yeah, of course.
Which is kind of unfortunate, but hey, at least if it sits around, you get to enjoy it a little bit more, right, as a dealer. So that's the fun part. Now we got some nice quarters here, some 20 centers, quarters.
I think
Those are all beautiful, old type.
All these next ones are in the 2x2, so if you want to flip through them real quick and
well, there's
show
one
the
that
audience.
I really want to show off. That was the die break. Remember that one where it was like Liberty instead of Liberty?
I don't.
That dime. You don't remember that dime?
I don't.
That we bought? No? So this it is. So this here is a die break where it says, instead of it saying Liberty with a B, it says Liberty with a K. So this coin here is a $2,000 coin because of that variation. So that's kind of pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't know I had that on it.
Half dime from the year 1800. Holy moly, this is an old coin. It might even be a little bit older than Cam.
It
is
is
hard to beat.
Yeah, I might be experienced, but I'm not old.
Oh, geez. But, and also another thing to add in is that when you're sending in coins, you have to do 2 different submissions when you're sending in silver versus gold. So a lot of people don't really know that. So that's also a free snippet of information for y'all. Now, Cam, you got any other pointers or suggestions you have towards the end of this lovely video?
I don't think so. I'm excited for the results when we grade some of these. I think this is the rough draft, so we're not going to be grading everything we showed you guys. If Caleb agrees with that statement.
Sometimes, some of them.
Yeah, I don't think we'll grade all of them because, you know,
That's a lot of money.
These 2 I didn't love, just looking through them. But, you know, we'll find it out. But thank you guys for watching. Caleb, unless you have anything to say.
I don't. Like, share, subscribe, leave down all your comments. Make sure they're positive ones.
Comment below what you think, what your thoughts is.
On grading
how
points.
often do you grade it as a collector? Most of you guys are bullion stackers, so I'm sure most of you guys don't grade much. But let me know your guys' thoughts. And thanks for watching. Take care.